Hello YouTube, Gundam here. First off, you may want to check your volume control. But today I am doing my very first World of Tanks review. And I'm doing it on my only premium vehicle. The Mutant M6, or rather, the M6A2E1 American pre-order tank. It's not actually a premium tank, it's a pre-order tank. Now, let's just jump right in. I was thinking of doing a review like how Jingles does it, Bohemian Eagle from YouTube. But I don't have any editing software, so that's not going to happen. Let's talk about the vehicle. 1,500 hit points. That's a good solid chunk of health for a tier 8 heavy tank. It's not the best. The weight, 67 tons. There are several tier 8 vehicles that weigh a lot more. So that means if you want to ram someone in this, they had better be a medium or a light tank, or a French tank, which weighs less. 960 horsepower for the engine. That's supposed to be really good. But look at the speed limit. 29 kilometers an hour. Yes, only 29 kilometers an hour. That is slow. Now it actually speeds up okay for a vehicle of its tier. But look at the traverse speed. One of the worst for a tier 8 heavy tank. 24 degrees a second. Turret traverse speed is worse at 23 degrees a second. I'm not going to talk about the gun, because I'm going to do a better close-in on that. Look at the view range. 380 meters. That's horrible. Signal range, 570 meters. Again, horrible. But actually the signal range is not the worst. Now let's talk armor. And this is where this thing gets you interesting. One thing you need to note. I don't have the M6. I would love to have done this with it. But even just looking at these pictures, does something look a little similar to you? It should. These tanks' chassis are practically identical. Yes, I put a camouflage paint job on this, but the hulls are practically identical. Now, you actually need one less crew in this thing, but that's not necessarily a good thing. So if you drive the T1 Heavy, if you drive the M6, and you know of its weak spots, here, because it actually can penetrate, this horrible front, and this front here, you know what it is with this, because look at that. Now, they've taken out the machine gun turret on the front there, and made this a little different, and they don't have that little tiny thing up on the top of that. But look at this. Look at the gun mantle. And this is the lower turret. The gun mantle for this gun is quite nice. Nice and in. For this one, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So, now, look at the armor. 191 for the front. That's one of the best. Turret armor. 191. Well, it's not the best, but it's up there. Turret side armor, 89. It's better than the low, which has 80. Hull side armor, 44. It has the exact same hull side armor as the T1 Heavy, Tier 5 heavy tank. Oh, and let's look at the rear armor. 41. You see that? Look at this. 41. Turret, it has 6 more armor at the side of the turret. The front, oh, of course, that actually has more, and thankfully, the front of the vehicle itself has more. Thank you for that. But here's something that is unlike any other vehicle in the game. The rear of the turret has 208 millimeters of armor. Look at this. 191, 191, 44, 41, 89, 208. It has more armor on the rear of the turret than anywhere else on the vehicle. That's ridiculous. Now, I cannot show you a battle because the video will be a little long, but one thing you need to know, this gun doesn't really aim up or down very much. And shots going through this gun mantle will go through it. Now let's talk about the gun, because this review is almost over. 5.05 rate of fire. That's worse than the low. 198 millimeters of penetration is worse than the low. It has the exact same damage as the low. I got a better aiming time, but the aiming circle is actually really big, especially with that accuracy. This penetration is less. As a matter of fact, the low's standard armor piercing rounds have 234 millimeters of penetration. This gold ammunition has 245 millimeters of penetration. It's only 11 points of penetration better than the low standard. But here's one big difference. The low standard rounds are probably going to cost you about 1,000 each. This one, 4,800. If you don't spend 12 gold per shot. Now, it is a premium tank, so it is a big money maker. You get a lot of money with this. However, you're going to spend a lot of money repairing this thing because you die all the time. If you're shooting at this thing, shoot down here, or here, and here if it's from the front, or even shoot through this. I have more shots go through there than anywhere else on the turret. Some of them, if they shoot from here and they hit that, it bounces. You know, if you're hitting it from here, this will actually penetrate here and here, but right next to it, it'll bounce. However, if you're shooting at the back of the turret, don't have your shot go here and hit this. If it's at an angle. Because these side things, it'll bounce there, and bounce away. If you can hit it underneath though, it'll bounce there, and then right into here, which has practically no armor. So that's good. So, this vehicle, a horrible gun, horrible aiming circle. So I just tossed on what I could. You know, I'm trying to hide. I'm using this thing like a sniper, and I still die because of that horrible traverse speed. And yet, it's not even a very good sniper. Its accuracy is appallingly bad. Its aiming time is horrible, and its reload on its gun is a little slower than the reload for a low. And my crew's at 100%. That's the stock stats of the low. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. And ding. Rate of fire 5. Mine said 5.05. But my crew's at 100%. This thing doesn't include the crew. And look at this. It weighs 92 tons. It's faster. Its traverse speed is the exact same. It has better view range and noticeably better signal range. And it actually has a lot better penetration. Thing is, its accuracy is better. Its aiming time is not as good though. That's the one thing I can say about the gun. The aiming time is better than the low. The reload's worse though. The only really good thing is the back of the turret is practically non-penetrable, except it's had no angle at all. You know, it's straight onto you. It's just angled curving a little to the side. No up or down. You're going to penetrate right through that if you have a gun with 208 or higher penetration. If you're aiming right at the back of the turret, which isn't that big, you want to aim for this, or rather this, because look at that, 41. Which is the same with this.